Good morning, and it's the 30th of April, episode 9, amazingly. Welcome to Urban Agoge, which is interesting. In case you're wondering, but I'm not entirely sure whether I've mentioned it, the Agoge was the Spartan Training Academy, which is why I picked it. So, it's another lovely day. Ground's dried out even more. And I'm out for my walk in the woods, and today's episode is going to entail some indoor work. I'm going to start my journal. So we're going to do a couple of sit-ups and push-ups. Just to get into the feel of it and clear some space in the house so we can do that regularly, because it's really going to be a factor in the army fitness thing, which we're trying to warm up for with these first 2 weeks. So yeah, my preferred route is blocked off, and this outside video is going to be fairly short. Are the train noises adding to the realism? I don't know. Again, this is an organics channel, and if you've watched all of the episodes, and it's seeming that some people are watching just like the first one or two, so I might have to go and refilm that in a completely different way. I'll leave the original ones up because it sort of grew in an organic way. You know, each episode is getting easier to produce, possibly even a little bit longer, but yeah, you live and learn. We learn by doing. So yeah, so just having my wander through the woods, and it's becoming a nice habit. It's currently about 9:45 in the morning. I only work evenings, so getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning, having a cup of coffee, ruminating a little bit, that takes up a little time. I'm wondering if it would be better to start getting up at, say, 7 and going straight out the door, which might be a thing. You know, apparently getting up really early is one of those things that you can do to improve your health rather than laying in bed. We're going to be exploring all these things and seeing how it has an effect on me, and if you do try them, whether it has a positive effect on you. Now, this is going to be a fairly juddery video. One of the people, well, I think one of the subscribers, I don't know, I haven't checked the names of the subscribers, who goes by the online handle of Misanthropic Gods, is all the way over in America. Such is the reach of the internet. But I've known this particular person for quite some time, because he's been someone who watches my other channels, and I know him from the very earliest days of my other channel, Ranger's Tube. Probably be a link down below. And he suggested, and we're going to try it, you know, what if you picked up a bit of litter from time to time? You know, if you're out on a walk through the woods. Now, this is probably one of those tasks that would annoy most people, because it's well, it borders on the Sisyphean, doesn't it? You know, picking up litter, especially in a more urban environment. And it's an interesting psychological question for yourself. You know, where you think, why would I do this? And I was musing on it. I mean, on the surface of it, it's a good thing to do. You know, on the other hand, it does feel like it would be one of those things that made you, excuse me, start to really dislike humanity. But you know, can you do it? Especially when you see it's candy wrappers or sweet wrappers in the American parlance. You know, does one and this is all highly non-biodegradable stuff. I mean, those sweet wrappers are kind of like a mylar foil. But it is making me bend down and pick stuff up. But it's kind of amazing. You know, if you lived like I do, in an area where you've got some woodland, where you've got things that you could go and do, you've got a nice piece of countryside near you, why would you destroy it? And I guess it's definitely along those lines of, well, everybody else is doing it, so why don't I? And I think if you're gonna do it, it could drive you bonkers. I'm just going to turn the camera around a bit. So, and another train comes by. You know, if you look at that, this is 100 yards from people's houses. You know, in a way that people probably wouldn't tolerate it if you just went by and just emptied a bag of rubbish into their garden. And I'm feeling like a primary school teacher, sort of wandering around here going, wow, you know, and it's that that feeling that, you know, why am I doing it? Which could well be part of the hero's journey. So I guess our lesson this morning is, you know, how do you fix problems that humanity generates without really starting to dislike human beings? And maybe that's something we need to meditate on. By the way, I'm not saying in order to be part of Urban Agoge you need to go out into your neighbourhood and pick up tons of litter. Some of that's been buried. That might be for another time. If this is a regular thing, you know, one standard plastic carrier bag, you know, because otherwise at this stage in my hero's journey it's going to drive me bonkers. However, maybe if you're going to treat the forest as your gym, this could be dues for your gym membership. And don't get me wrong, I know for certain that Misanthropic Gods isn't winding me up. He isn't. Oh, it's the internet. They aren't. That's probably a learning thing, until I'm quite happy with people deciding what their pronouns are, and given that it's the internet, I can't actually be sure. So I'm going to get practiced in using they. I think I can manage one more pronoun. I'm from the era where ms came into being. So, and ms is, you know, when you first start using a new pronoun, and I speak from that experience, it's an effort. But we make efforts for our friends. We help them move heavy objects. As Sean Kennedy once said, friends will help you move. Good friends will help you move a body. You know, I can manage a new pronoun, so I'm going to start practicing. I think them, they, people, clan, tribe, rather than necessarily guys, which I find myself doing still. Anyway, I'm going to treat this as a full, because I can feel I need more practice at picking up litter, because it just makes me angry with humanity. And what's the point in being a hero if you don't want to help humanity, or you don't feel it deserves help? So yeah, so I don't think Misanthropic Gods was being capricious or just winding me up or just saying stuff to me. And this seems to be clearly someone that's eaten an ice cream and just thrown the wrapper on the ground. I'd have gotten a clip round the ear for that back in the 70s. If I just threw something on the ground. There was a whole Keep Britain Tidy campaign that was pretty successful. But now we have apathy. And I guess, I can be accused of apathy too. It's easy enough done. So yeah, so I don't think they were winding me up when they said, why don't you pick up some rubbish on your walk? I think if you do a good deed, in that antiquated term, or you help out, or you're helping out the planet in some way, and nobody knows. If the litter is removed from the forest and no one's there to see it, did anybody really pick anything up? I mean, that's a carrier bag. That's not even me trying in under 5 minutes. So just a minute. But you can see, if you're paying attention, you probably can't see on the video, but there's all sorts of crap buried. We're in an urban setting. We're not in the middle of nowhere. The nearest bin is probably less than 100 yards away. So yeah, can you do, and this is more of an experiment in altruism. So thank you very much to Misanthropic Gods. We now have a full thing of garbage, and maybe this bag, once it's emptied out into a proper garbage receptacle, can be this may well be my garbage bag. Are we not the bin men of the apocalypse? So yeah, but I guess once you start looking at it, in America in the 1970s and 80s during the energy crisis, there was a famous commercial of a weeping Native American, and yeah, I'm kind of getting it. I'm not someone that throws away rubbish. I don't even throw away cigarette ends. They sit in my pocket until I get near to a bin, and lots of people go, "Ooh, what are you doing?" It's like, well, this is non-biodegradable stuff. So yeah, so we're gonna go to inside shortly and get some exercise done, and give you a tour of the first day of the micro dojo. A small exercise space where we can get stuff done, and more importantly I can film, because there's no point me saying, and now do 5 push-ups, now do 5 sit-ups, if I'm not doing it, because I'm a bit round, I could use the exercise. So yeah, we're going to leave it from there. Thank you very much to Misanthropic Gods for the hint or the idea, and we'll see how that pans out. And now I can see all the rubbish in the woodland, which I was not oblivious to, but able to ignore. So thanks again, MG. Okay, we'll cut it there because there are workmen nearby. Let's cut to inside.